I have been waiting to address this topic. Deion Sanders, the head coach of the Colorado Buffalo, went in to TCU's campus, went on to TCU's field, and did exactly what he said he was going to do. He beat them and is now the biggest story in college football, and I want to talk about it. So before I do, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Elliott Connie. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, and I'm going to talk to you about the psychological aspects of popular stories, popular news stories, popular things from pop culture, and there is nothing more popular going on right now in the world of college football than this. So let me show you what happened if you are not aware. I'm going to talk to you about a very specific thing, two very specific things, to be honest, that come out of this because they have to be addressed. I first want to talk about how Deion Sanders did what he did and what I saw leading up to the game that I didn't understand. Now, I am not some sort of prophet. I did not predict that Colorado would win. I didn't make any prediction on the game at all. But Deion Sanders overhauled this roster. There were 73 new players on this team. There were 51 transfers and 22 freshmen on the Colorado team. So put that in context. There are college football programs that don't have 73 scholarship offers on the team at all. And Deion Sanders brought in 73 new players, completely overhauled the roster. The Colorado Buffalo team from last year was 1-11. But those are not the people that lined up for this team this year. So there were all these predictions on what TCU would do. And TCU was a good team. They were in the national championship game this past year and they lost. But TCU is a good team and everybody was predicting that they would win and Deion Sanders would lose and get beaten. And he didn't. He went in and he did exactly what he said he was going to do. So let's talk about confidence for a minute. Confidence comes from two things: self-awareness and preparation. And Deion Sanders might very well be the most confident athlete that has ever lived. I mean, he is in the realm of like Muhammad Ali belief in himself. He knew what he had because he's the one who picked those 73 players, and he's an unbelievably prepared coach. And he went in there and did exactly what he said he was going to do and was not surprised at all. So if you want to be confident, if you want to have that swagger about you, if you want to be as confident in whatever it is you do as Deion Sanders is in what he does as a football coach, make sure that you increase your self-awareness. Like, know exactly who you are and exactly who you aren't. See, one of the things that makes confident people look so confident is they usually just stick to what it is they know. They stick to what it is they do well, and they don't talk about the things they don't know, and they don't do the things they don't do well. Deion Sanders looks like a genius because he did exactly what he does really well. He recruited 73 players to completely overhaul the roster at University of Colorado, and it looks like he's gonna have some massive success. Football is a sport where one player can completely change everything. And Travis Hunter, I mean, he's going to be the best player in every game that he played. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but Travis Hunter was the #1 high school recruit coming out of high school a couple of years ago. He was going to go to Alabama, which all the time gets the #1 high school recruits. And Travis Hunter decided to go to Jackson State with Deion Sanders. And there's a lot of reason for that. He plays the same position as Deion Sanders. He wants to have a similar career as Deion Sanders. And they were going to go the same path. Deion Sanders took the job at Colorado. Travis Hunter went with him, and he had a big, massive game. The other thing I want to talk about is a quote that came out of the press conference Deion Sanders did. A reporter asked Deion Sanders a question in kind of a joking way, and his response has set off some controversy. So let me play that interaction for you and talk about it.
Hurricanes like myself.
Yeah.
And you're a knoll, my friend.
No. Actually, do you know where I graduated from? You know everything. She didn't know that. They didn't know that. Tell them again, where did I graduate?
Well, you got to go back to the backstory. Leading up to the TCU game, Deion Sanders had some former players, Hall of Famers, come visit his team. Warren Sapp was one and Michael Irvin was another. And they both went to the University of Miami, the Hurricanes, which were rivals of Florida State University, which is where Deion Sanders went. And she jokingly says, "I'm a Hurricane, my friend." And she was gonna ask him, like, why'd you have these Hurricanes come to your campus? And I'm sure she was joking, being playful.
I graduated from HBCU. So I'm a who? I'm a who? I thought it's where you graduate from, isn't it? Why you keep calling me that? It goes to where I graduated from. I'm a HBCU grad.
But Deion Sanders responded, like Deion Sanders is the coach of Colorado Buffaloes, and he responded in a way where he's not really claiming his history as a Seminole, as a Florida State University player. He actually graduated from Talladega College, which is historically black college university, HBCU. And people got real mad, like he's not owning that he played for Florida State. Florida State helped him build his brand and go into the NFL and become a Hall of Famer and all that, and he's disrespecting them. But you got to understand the backstory. And I think there's two things to really focus on here. Number one is Deion Sanders is now the coach of the Buffalo. So how would talking about Florida State help his players? And he obviously takes his role very seriously. So how would talking about Florida State make a difference for his players? One bit. He has to perform as the coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. The other thing that people need to remember is Deion Sanders had a really difficult time transitioning into coaching because his style and his way of doing this is different from other people. He gets a lot of attention, he makes a lot of noise, and not everybody in the world of college athletics loves this. And he wanted the job at Florida State, his alma mater, and they gave the job to someone else, someone far less accomplished as a player than Deion Sanders, as most people are. The guy was literally in the Hall of Fame. Someone far less accomplished than Deion Sanders as a player, and he took it personally. He really was upset by it. So Deion is responding like a person who was bothered by the choice that his alma mater made. And he gets to be that. Like, I don't understand why people are like that. I know people that graduated from a university with a master's degree or a PhD, and then they applied to be a faculty in the university in which they graduated from, didn't get the job, and literally don't ever want to talk to that university again. Like, I know people like that. So Deion Sanders is just doing what other people do. Think about your own history. If your high school didn't acknowledge you, if your college didn't acknowledge you, like, you would be upset by this. Deion is upset by it, and that's why he responded the way he did. And everybody should just allow him to be him. He has every right to respond the way he did. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is confidence as a black man, because Deion Sanders said something really profound. Let's listen to it.
When you see a confident black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. But guess what? We're going to consistently do what we do, because I'm here and ain't going nowhere. And I'm about to get comfortable in a minute.
You know, as an African American, I can't help it. I'm a confident guy, and what he said just really resonated with me. I'm gonna talk that talk and I'm gonna walk that walk. I've been doing it for a long time in my field. I've become the leader of the industry in my particular field, and there have been people that were really upset by it. And I told them I was gonna do it. I was gonna write these books and I was gonna build a following and I was gonna make a difference. And people got real mad. And what's irritating is if Deion Sanders was anything other than a black man, it would look like brash and it would look like confidence. Like Joe Namath one time said, "I'm gonna win this game." And they herald him to this day for saying that. Deion said he's gonna win this game, and everybody calls him arrogant and difficult, and race is a part of it. So I bring that up to say we need to be self-aware and understand the way we are perceiving things is impacted by the package of it. And for all the black people out there, it's okay for you to be confident too. You can make them become comfortable with you. You don't have to tone yourself down for anybody. So look, I'm so glad Deion Sanders is an example for this. I'm so glad that Deion Sanders is having some success being himself. I mean, I'm not a Colorado Buffalo fan. I grew up, I was a Deion Sanders fan. Just back in college, I was a cornerback as well. So you couldn't be in the 90s and not love Deion Sanders. But I do want to pay attention to these aspects of the story. So what did y'all think of this video? Please leave me a comment below. I'd love to interact with you and hear your thoughts. This was a cool video to make. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. So please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time we post a video, which is every day, Monday through Friday, minus holidays. I'm super excited to hear your thoughts. So leave a comment. I want to hear what you say. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Love y'all.